Now at 9, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel. See what he had to say about ongoing hostage situation.
A vigil for the victims in Israel was held at the Ball Honors College House today. See what took place and hear from those impacted by the war.
The Muncie Optimist Club held their annual free fall break skate at the Gibson Arena. Find out more about the nonprofit organization and hear from those who attended.
The White Rabbit Bookstore has a new location. See where they moved to and hear from the owner about his journey.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Sawyer Osman.
And I'm Abby Urban.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel, vowing U.S. support for Israel's defense against Hamas, the search for hostages taken, and providing humanitarian channels for civilians caught in the crossfire. Blinken confirms at least 27 Americans have now been killed, and the mission to locate more than 100 people held captive by Hamas continues.
During his visit, Blinken met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, whose office released graphic and shocking images of atrocities against civilians by Hamas militants this morning. Laura Aguirre has the latest on Blinken's visit, and we must warn you, some details may be disturbing for some viewers.
There is no excuse. There is no justification for these atrocities. This must be a moment for moral clarity.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Tel Aviv Thursday, meeting with Israeli leaders and survivors of Hamas's bloody attacks on thousands of civilians this week.
First priority are our friends and family that are now in Gaza.
More than 100 hostages, Americans among them, are being held by Hamas. Their exact whereabouts in Gaza unknown. And with another wave of Israeli airstrikes raining down on Gaza Thursday, fear for their safety worsens.
They use hostages as human shields, and they're very willing to give the hostages up to be sacrificed.
We're doing everything we can to secure the release of the hostages, working closely with our Israeli partners.
Hamas is ISIS, and just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed.
The Prime Minister's office released more evidence of barbaric acts by Hamas militants, including photographs of burned infants. Images that have other Israeli officials pushing back against concerns that Israel's retaliatory strikes are killing civilians in Hamas-run Gaza.
It was an unprovoked attack, a major massacre against civilians. We have no other choice.
We stand with Israel in its determination to do everything possible to ensure that what happened on Saturday never happens again.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Will not be provided with any electricity, water, or fuel until Israeli hostages being held by Hamas are returned home, warned Israeli Energy Minister Israel Katz today. The European Union is calling on Israel to allow Gaza access to food, water, and medicines, according to international humanitarian law, according to an EU spokesperson.
While also reiterating that the EU stands in solidarity with Israel in light of the attacks by Hamas since Saturday. After leaving Tel Aviv, Secretary Blinken will travel to Qatar to meet with senior officials on Friday, says a senior U.S. official.
Some Tennessee church members who went on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem have safely returned home. Members of Sunnyside Baptist Church Group from Kingsport made one of the last flights out of Tel Aviv Tuesday. The group of 50 church members had been in Jerusalem, less than 100 miles away from the terrorist attacks over the weekend. A large crowd of family and friends were waiting at the church to welcome them home Wednesday. 6 days after Israel declared war on Hamas, more than 1,300 had died, according to the Associated Press.
Here in Muncie, BSU Jewish student organization Halal invited Jewish students, staff, and faculty to a prayer vigil for those who have lost their lives in the attacks. Emma Matlock reports.
More stuff. And by midday, I got the magnitude of the event.
At 12:30, Rawitz, as well as other students and staff, came together at the Edmund F. and Virginia B. Ball Honors House to pray.
I'm hoping that this vigil will bring light to the war crimes and the devastating things Hamas are doing right now in the Middle East, and to raise awareness that they do not represent Islam for Palestine.
The vigil was hosted by Rawitz, as well as a professor at the Honors College, who both have ties to Israel.
I live here and I have my family here, but my family members, my immediate ones, are back at home in Israel.
Gert Sezon says she and Rawitz came together for those who are hurting due to the effects of the war.
I wanted to have a support for those who are hurting right now, for those who feel that our legitimacy is taken from us.
Rawitz said he also spent hours on social media watching the updates of the war, prompting the vigil.
I think we started this vigil to support ourselves, to support the country, to show that we support people abroad.
In Muncie, Emma Matlock, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now we're going to be sending it on over to weather with Noah. Noah?
Yeah, guys, it was a beautiful mid-70-degree day today. It was beautiful outside, very few clouds at all. It was just a nice day for mid-October. But looking at our current temperatures right now, here 61 in Muncie, a bit warmer to the southwest, 68 in Indianapolis, 68 in Peoria. Looking overnight here at our temperatures over the next 12 hours here, temperatures backing down into the low to mid-50s here, really cooling off for that Friday morning off here. But what we're really looking at for our forecast tonight here is rainy weekend ahead, especially Saturday. And with that rain comes a decrease in temperatures, much more of a fall-like feel coming up. And then more details on the partial eclipse that's coming up to our region Saturday. I'll have all this and more coming up in my full forecast later in the show.
The former IRS contractor accused of leaking former President Donald Trump's tax returns has pleaded guilty in federal court. Prosecutors say Charles Littlejohn sent Trump's tax returns and other data to 2 media outlets that then published articles using that information. Littlejohn was also accused of stealing tax information on thousands of the wealthiest people in the U.S. He pleaded guilty in a D.C. courtroom Thursday to the 1 count of disclosing tax information. The contractor's crime affected so many individuals that prosecutors plan to create a public website to notify the victims of any developments in the case.
The Biden administration says more than 42,000 people have signed up for the American Climate Corps. The Workforce Training and Service Initiative launched just 3 weeks ago. It is aimed at preparing young Americans for jobs in clean energy and climate resilience. The Corps will support a range of jobs, including restoring coastal wetlands, building clean energy projects, and forest management to help fight wildfires. White House National Climate Advisor Ali Zaidi said the Corps will ultimately employ about 20,000 people and when it's up and running. According to White House data, signups in the first 3 weeks were largely young people between the ages of 18 and 35. Coming up, free roller skating with the Optimist Club, how these students will help others in the community.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
The David Owsley Museum of Art has a new exhibit on display, titled Rising to the Surface, Paintings by Debbie Ma. At the beginning of her career, artist Debbie Ma came in contact with Ball State benefactor David Owsley, and the relationship has blossomed since then. Ball State is honored to host Ma's first ever public exhibit, which features various works of her signature medium, marble dust on canvas. Ma got her start as a graphic designer, producing package designs for brands like Revlon, Maybelline, and Ralph Lauren. After years working digitally, she felt a need for change, switching to the three-dimensional style scenes on her display here. Ma will be on site until tomorrow, and the Rising to the Surface exhibit is open until December 21st.
Today, the Muncie Optimist Club held their annual free fall break skate at the Gibson Arena. Muncie's branch of the International Optimist Club first came to here in May 1928. The nonprofit's mission is to help youth in need and spread positivity to the community.
The Muncie Optimist Club reached out to us approximately 4 to 5 years ago, asking to sponsor an event that would allow families that staycation for fall break and spring break to have something to go and do at a reduced cost. So they cover the admission for families, and families are just responsible for skate rental. If their skater has their own skates, then it's totally free of charge for them to come on this night.
Empower the young members of their local town. Muncie's group has gotten involved through events that give back or uplift the community. For more information, visit the Muncie Optimist Club on Facebook.
The White Rabbit Bookstore makes a return in a new location. NewsLink Indiana's Anna Drake has more.
After a long battle of renovations and moving locations, the White Rabbit Bookstore opens back up officially to the public. White Rabbit buys, sells, and trades books of all genres. You can find just about anything but textbooks on the shelves. They specialize in science fiction and comic books. The White Rabbit Bookstore was previously in the village of Muncie, and they battled a long fight of renovations and different contractors. Eventually, the owner, Derek Edwards, realized it was time for a change. Derek is very excited to get back to doing what he loves and sharing his business with Muncie.
Well, I started actually with a flea market booth when I was 17, and I've been in the book business now ever since that. I'm now 61.
Derek's passion has always been books, and his business journey will continue to thrive thanks to a new location.
I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I love selling books, buying books, and toys and collectibles. It's my passion, and I just really enjoy it.
You can follow up with more updates on the White Rabbit Bookstore on Facebook at White Rabbit Used Books. In Muncie, Anna Drake, NewsLink, Indiana.
Rainy weekend ahead. I'll have the full timeline on when that rain is going to arrive coming up after the break.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
the society that we were brought up in, it's very hard on little black boys. You have to navigate feelings and emotions so the world don't get you.
Sometimes when I cry, I won't know how I'm feeling or why I'm crying.
I just grew up never feeling like it was okay to cry.
Yeah.
And so he really forced me to have to reconnect with the kid that didn't get to cry.
That's beautiful.
We don't cry. We gon' take our piece of the
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm your weather forecaster, Noah Gordon. It was a quite beautiful day, all things considered, for mid-October around the region. Take a look at our current temperatures. 61 in Muncie, 68 in Indianapolis. That warm front very apparent on our surface temperature map here, really draped across north central Indiana right now. Really led to a beautiful day outside today, above average in fact. Today's high of 74 was 6 degrees warmer than our average high of 68. So very much felt more like mid-September compared to October where we're at right now. But over the next 12 hours, we see temperatures backing down into the mid-50s and into the low 50s as we head towards those pre-dawn hours Friday morning here. But overnight tonight, going to be partly cloudy with clouds moving in after the midnight hour, but lows going to be in the low 50s, winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, looking ahead to tomorrow, it's going to be one of the last probably really beautiful days outside. Going to be temperatures up into the low to mid 70s once again. Beautiful sunshine, a little bit more clouds than we saw today, but still going to be amazing to get out there and enjoy it because things are going to get a lot colder. Now, taking a look at our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here, we see our region highlighted in that gray, really sort of average temperatures for this time of year here. Meanwhile, out west here, we see places like the Pacific Northwest and California above higher chances of having, much warmer weather. Meanwhile, here on the Gulf here, we see temperatures going to be quite below average over the next 6 to 10 days. So really kind of in that weather whiplash here, especially in the early fall here. But the main thing we're going to see this weekend is an astronomical event. In fact, this is a partial solar eclipse for our region here. We're going to see totality across a majority of the southwestern United States here, but in Muncie, only expected to see about 45 to 50% totality here. Still going to be beautiful nonetheless if you can see it, and that's a big if. If we look at our precision cast here, we can see clouds and rain moving in Friday evening, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. And while the cold front moves through and rain leaves, what we're left with is that cloud deck. And that cloud deck really doesn't seem to move a lot. And that's really going to probably prevent us from seeing that solar eclipse here. So I wouldn't hold out hope for seeing it here in Muncie, but we can always hope for a break in the clouds. But overall, taking a look at our 7-day forecast, really going to look a lot much more like mid-October than what we've seen the past couple days. You see rain moving in Saturday, quite breezy, temperatures in the lower to mid 60s and then dropping back into the upper 50s, upper to mid 50s by Sunday into Monday. Rain chances Monday afternoon. Tuesday, a bit of a warm-up. By Wednesday, we're back into the 60s, but really those clouds aren't going to go anywhere. It's going to be more of a very much a typical type of October weather with lots of cloud, wind, and some rain. So.
Well, I'm super excited for the fall weather myself. I love fall.
Me too. We're going to miss that. Definitely going to miss that summer weather, but
yes.
You know what? It'll be...
It's fall season. It's apple picking. It's all sorts of pumpkin carving season.
Absolutely.
Always look forward to that. So It's going to be a lovely week ahead.
Well, perfect.
One club continues to soar to new heights, and one high school team prepares for regionals. All this next in sports.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No, I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Xander Woods with sports. Ball State Badminton has grown in unforeseen ways since it was founded in March of this year. NewsLink Indiana's Bryce Dimsevich caught back up with the club to see just how much progress they have made.
In early 2023, Ball State Badminton Club was just getting off the ground, and now in the new school year, the club and its founder have focused on doing what they can to make the club known.
So we did a lot of marketing, like we created a poster and put all over. We really upped our social media and have pinned stories and have the members, today for example, we had them take a picture with their shirts and tag us, and we keep posting it. We handed out birdie keychains at the activity fair and it's on everyone's backpacks. So everyone's like, oh my gosh, what's that? And it just really gets the word out.
With more marketing comes more members, and the group couldn't be more positive.
The whole group of people are just so amazing and they're very friendly. I just love playing with them. They have the best attitudes and they're here to have fun. You're never too good and you're never too bad to join this club.
The club's impact goes beyond the court, with community service as a top priority.
It's really important to get out there and help everyone, especially with those cleanup groups. They didn't have anyone at the last games. We went through and cleaned up the entire stadium, and it also really benefits our club because everyone got to know each other because we have both groups doing it, and it benefits us financially too because we do get money from that, and people get volunteer hours, so it works both ways to help the club keep growing and get to know people.
This doesn't just help the community, but the club itself.
I think it does help with bonding the team and also connecting them. It helps when people see us out doing this, they want to know more about us and learn about our club, and it helps us get more members as well.
However, the growth doesn't stop here.
This is where we kind of run into a little issue because they won't give us a bigger gym space and we can't really do many other times because of Dodgeball Club. So we're going to try and work with them, maybe have another group or add another day. We want to grow, but we just have to figure out the way to grow. But it will happen. If we get to that point, it will work.
Ball State Badminton Club meets Mondays and Wednesdays in the Rec Center, 8 to 9 p.m. for beginners and 9 to 10 for advanced. In Muncie, Bryce Dimsevich, NewsLink, Indiana.
From the birdie to the ball, the Yorktown girls soccer team are sectional champions after a penalty shootout win. NewsLink's Aiden Regal caught up with the team before the regional matchup.
The sectional trophy is coming back to the Lady Tigers soccer team for the first time since 2020. It was an intense final against the Hamilton Heights Huskies, which ended in a penalty shootout win for Yorktown. Captain Nina Fisher says it's all down to their team's chemistry.
Our team chemistry this year has been really good, and I hope to be the reason for that, because team chemistry on and off the field really contributes to wanting to pass to each other and not be able to have that trust when we play. Yeah.
First-year head coach Beverly Tanner inherited a large group of fundamentally sound upperclassmen who have helped her tremendously.
I haven't made a lot of changes. I kind of just stuck with kind of what we started out doing and just playing that out and sticking with our goals as a team and working on finishing.
And finish they certainly have. The Tigers have 78 goals in 18 matches on the season, with Fisher scoring 24 of them. But she believes the whole team is responsible for her success.
I attribute it to my teammates, the support that they give me on the field and off the field. They really push me to just work so much harder.
Fisher and the Tigers will face the Belmont Braves tonight in the first round of regionals. In Yorktown, Aiden Regal, NewsLink, Indiana.
To pass it on over to football, the Cardinals look to return home against the Toledo Rockets on Saturday. Currently on a 3-game losing streak, the Cardinals have one goal in mind: to snap the Rockets' 5-game win streak. Currently at the top of the MAC West after 2 straight wins against MAC foes, Western Michigan and Northern Illinois. The Cardinals look to bounce back from their 24-10 loss against Eastern Michigan at 2 p.m. in Schumann Stadium.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward for the Cardinals to hopefully break their losing streak and definitely break the winning streak of Toledo.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an uphill battle, but you know what? I think our guys are up to the challenge.
I think
Definitely.
so. Wishing them the best of luck.
Of course.
After the break, we'll take a look at what's trending. Stay with us.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out."
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Time for us to take a look at what's trending.
Pete Davidson's love life has been a hot topic over the years, but he's looking to shift the focus to his mom's search for love. During an appearance on The Tonight Show, the comedian said his mom will be in the audience when he hosts the season's 49th premiere of Saturday Night Live this weekend. The former SNL cast member says he's hopeful to find his mom a date, adding that, quote, "she's a good catch." Davidson's father, a New York City firefighter, died in the September 11th terrorist attacks. This will be the stand-up comedian's first time hosting SNL. He was a cast member for 8 seasons.
A very lucky person in California has won the Powerball jackpot worth $1.765 billion. Only one ticket in the entire nation matched Wednesday's winning numbers. It was the largest Powerball jackpot and second largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever won. The winning numbers from Wednesday night's game were 22, 24, 40, 52, 64, and Powerball 10. A California lottery official on Thursday noted how lucky the state has been.
I think most of you know this is our $3 billion Powerball jackpot in the span of a year hit here in California. California is home to more lottery players than any other state, so it doesn't totally surprise me, and we're thrilled to celebrate it with them.
If the winner chooses to cash in on the lump sum, the total would be more than $770 million before federal taxes. Lottery winnings are not taxed by California. The winner hasn't yet come forward to claim their prize. Now we take a final look at weather.
Yeah, guys, our beautiful stretch of weather finally runs out after tomorrow as a cold front moves through late Friday and into Saturday morning, bringing rain, breezy conditions, and back to fall-like temperatures. Only 60 on Saturday. Clouds really sort of stick with us, really remaining kind of in the extended forecast. Not much sun to be seen, but temperatures below average as we head into the middle of the work week. 54 on Sunday, 53 on Monday, 56 on Tuesday, a little bit of a warm-up. But back into the 60s by the time we get to the middle of the week.
Well, that's all we have tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.